I think we should bring in Julian Nagelsmann, said Kevin. I'm okay with the idea of Nagelsmann. I'm still not fully convinced because of his rather up and down last few years. But there's definitely something there, and he's definitely a young coach that has something about him. Obviously, he's contracted to the end of the Euros at present with the German national team. They want to at least explore the option of extending that, although I can just see Jurgen ended up getting that job in maybe March of next year. It was talked about before. Other managerial candidates, De Zerbi, well, let me just read it to you rather than say it because, yeah, I do like to have my daily Florian Plettenberg update for you guys. And, well, today is no different, my friends. So, Mr. Florian Plettenberg, as I like to call him, the gift that keeps on digging and the man that keeps digging the hole bigger for himself. This is what Mr. Plettenberg of Sky Germany had to say today. Roberto De Zerbi, top candidate for FC Bayern, in case Xabi Alonso stays put at Bayer Leverkusen. He goes on to say, Sport Bild confirms our news now. Because he loves to do that, by the way. He loves to find anyone that sort of agrees with him and, you know, tell the world about it. He said, De Zerbi is aware of Bayern's interest, but is currently fully focused on the season with Brighton. That's why he's not in negotiations with any other club, not with Bayern, Barcelona or any other club. However, Bayern's clear plan A remains Alonso. So, I'm going to say this real clear again for Mr. Plettenberg. You're talking out your hoop, sir. Nobody, and I mean nobody, believes what you're saying, other than the Bayern fans who, of course, will want to believe it, so that's why they believe it. But the rest of Europe, the rest of the journalists, don't seem to share the same outlook as Florian Plettenberg around Xabi Alonso. Now, whilst I fully believe it's possible that Xabi stays at Bayer Leverkusen, what I don't believe and what I refuse to believe is that he would look at the option of managing Bayern Munich as a more favourable one or a better opportunity at this point of his career. For me, this is the now or never for Xabi Alonso. I think if he doesn't take the Liverpool job now, I think it's sending a message negatively and it will look bad in the future. Now, might be on my own on that. I'm very much a mindset of, if you don't want to come to Liverpool and they make an offer, whether you're a player, a coach, a manager, a sporting director, it doesn't matter. If you refuse Liverpool Football Club once, in my opinion, no, that's it. And if Liverpool offer the job to Alonso and he doesn't take it, I don't know. I can only speak my own personal thoughts on it. And I just think it's weak-willed if he doesn't take it. And probably not the character that we want. But that being said, I do think he will. And I do think Xabi Alonso will become the next Liverpool manager if he leaves Bayer Leverkusen. I don't buy into the Plettenberg stuff at all. I just have seen him talk out his backside way too often about too many things. And even this story about Alonso, it's in and out, up and down, changing stories. I just don't believe it. But they're welcome to De Zerbi, by the way, if De Zerbi is their choice. I don't want him at Liverpool personally. Moses said, Craig, I feel Alonso will stay for another year and go to Madrid. Again, I'm being honest here, mate. I can see why that's a possibility. And if Xabi Alonso does decide to stay at Bayer Leverkusen for another year, I totally understand that as well. But, you know, if you really want to become Liverpool manager one day and the opportunity arises this summer, well, look, if he stays at Leverkusen, as I said, I can understand that. But I don't for one second believe that he will turn down Liverpool to go to Bayern. I just don't. I think we're a safer option. I think we're a better option. And I think we're putting a structure in place that will provide the stability and the resources that he'll need. But then again, like I said about the Bayern fans wanting to believe Florian Plettenberg, obviously as a Liverpool fan, I want to believe that side of things. Plettenberg just throws a new name out there every week. Sorry excuse for a journalist. So what gets me about it though, Alex, is it's not like Florian Plettenberg is just a regular journalist writing for a paper or a magazine and doing his thing. He's saying this stuff a lot of the time with a Sky Sports Germany microphone in his hand. And to me, that's questionable because Sky are obviously a multi-billion-pound operation with a huge ability to define a narrative, let's say. And I think that his credibility will be destroyed. I say that because I will go out of my way to make sure, if he's wrong on this, that he's reminded at every opportunity that he's a liar. Because this isn't a case of an opinion. He's stated fact in a lot of this. with regards to, as an example, he said that they'd held conversations with Xabi Alonso. Then, I think it was 2 days later, Bayern Munich's, I think it was the CEO perhaps, one of the upper echelons of Bayern Munich came out and said, nope, no conversations have taken place with Xabi Alonso or his agent. But according to Plettenberg, that had already happened and he'd already indicated his preference to go to Bayern. But nobody else in the world seemed to have that information. I hate people being taken for fools. And I hate people taking us football fans for fools. So if Plettenberg wants to continue to dig this hole and is wrong, well, he's got to be reminded of that. Julian Nagelsmann's absolutely incredible. Look, as I said, I'm up and down on Nagelsmann. He's definitely a coach that has something about him. And look, he's had 2 good results with Germany this week, beating both France and the Netherlands. Especially impressive going over to France and beating them. So I'm not against Nagelsmann, but he would probably be 3rd on my list behind Alonso and Amorim for suitability to what we're doing. But he will come under consideration, strongly come under consideration